Howdy. This here's Grampy, and I'm with Model Cars with Glenn. He's my great grandson. Although he's not really all that great, but here he is anyway.
That was good, Grampy. Tell Grammy I said hi. All righty. Okay, let's get this started. There's my brother's picture there. That's nice. It looks better on the dadgum picture here than it does in the real. These are waterfalls. That's nice, man. I like that. And a shop card shout out from my buddy David over at Plastic Imagination Workshop. That's a good imagination, too, coming up with that name. Got this hot rod on here and some helicopters. I think this is Star Wars, or it might be something else. I'm not really familiar with that genre, but got some semis. I love semis. But like I say, get off your lazy butt. Go over there to Plastic Imagination Workshop. Check him out. He's got a good channel, real good channel. I like his stuff. I subbed him. Go over there and give him a sub and a like and all that stuff. And I'm going to move along because I gotta try to keep this a little short. What I got here is, since the Jag 29, I had to get it. This is him. I painted him last night. He come out fairly well. He's got just about the right amount of shine on him, just about the right amount of dust up in it. So, he's cool. All right. It'll be okay. Here's the corvair. So I'm going to start on this while I'm waiting on the check to get the money for some paint. And you notice that the chassis the floor pan fits pretty good. I wish they'd come up closer there. Buddy, leave me alone. I will destroy you. Anyway, I got the chassis here. It looks like I'm going to have to trim these knobs off the front and take a scooch out of it right here. Right in there. Those two pieces. Because this kick up right here, it needs to be back against the firewall. So I have to make the firewall before I do that. But that's where it needs to kick up, not there. So, but that's the adapter. When you're crossing two cars together, the piece in between the bottom that you're using and the top that you're using is going to usually be the floor pan or parts of the chassis. So, you get those modified the way you need them. And the rest of it's gravy. The front end's going to drop on here. The back end's going to drop on here. And, heck, the motor will drop in. Bam. You got chug acid. This is where I'm cutting the foot off. Right across here. My brother and I, back in the 80s, we used to run a custom shop up in Indiana, where we would take the stock front end, weld the hood down, and cut the fenders like this, and I'd put trunk latches on either side in this angle place, where when you close the front end down, click, click, and it would lock down solid. Had a couple T-handles under the dash. You pull, pop it loose, and then flip it up. People love that stuff. Okay, well, that's about it for the Corvair. I was just showing you I'm fixing to get a start on it. I got the motor for it, though. I got to tell you about the motor. It's all good. The header came off. I want these headers off. I don't want to use these headers. Let me see if the flashlight will help. Maybe a little. These chrome parts got to all come back off and get stripped. They're just too sparkly. But what I did is, this is the motor, the bottom half of the motor, the block and the tranny and stuff, off of the 57, which is just made. Let me get this. Yeah, that's way better. It's just made for that chassis. It'll drop right in. Motor mounts will match up. Everything really good. And the top half is out of one of those Pro Stock kits, that Camaro I showed you in my stash. I use the heads and intake and stuff, and this front piece and all these cool. That flashlight ain't helping too much there. Yeah, too much glare. I'm taking all that chrome off and stripping it. I'll paint it back a more reasonable color. But I like these carburetors, man. Okay, anyway, that's the motor I'm going to use, but not these headers. I'm going to use the headers from the Pro Stock. I think they'll look better. Okay, I'm trying to talk a little quicker because this is take 2. In the first take, I rambled on so much about that I didn't get to show the cars. Y'all know my buddy Zippy. Zippy, he requested a look-see at this guy. Now I can turn the flashlight back on. Yeah, this is 33 Willys. that Malco gasser. It's a good kit, but the detail parts on it weren't that good. The motor was all right, and the front end had these spindly little spring dealies on there and axle. I just didn't like them, so I went another way with it. I took one of those 41 Willys gassers and crossbred it with that. Got the trunk back there, got a battery in it. Got one of my hinges. I got to show you how to make those hinges. They're so good. Let me see. Motor. Believe it or not, this is back when I was really into detailing stuff. I got the fuel lines. Where's my pointer? Got the fuel lines coming out here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see how close I can get. Fuel lines coming out, going to the fuel pump and up. Got the, I hope you can see this. Got all the fuel lines going into the injectors there on either side, and let me just turn it around. Yeah, and coming down and going to the fuel pump, and then it comes out of the fuel pump and goes. This is actually a gas tank, not a radiator. Got spark plug wires. Look at this. I even put the dual oil filters on it, and I'm not sure if you can see the lines coming out of it because they're black, but they loop back and then they go in right here on either side through the motor plate and into the oil pump. How cool is that, man? That's back when I was really getting into detail. This thing's over 10 years old. You know, my eyesight was better, and I wanted to really dress this one out because I liked it. And let me see. Up in the interior, got the fire bottle, the steering wheel. Probably got a tack in there somewhere. I'm always putting tack. Oh, it's in the dash. Not bad. Not bad. All aluminum and stuff. And you saw in the trunk, here's underneath, drive shaft. Got one in it. This is back when I liked drive shafts, I guess. Yeah, see, it's the front end off of the 41 Willys gasser. I love those shocks, man. Those are excellent shocks. And like I said before, you can use the springs. It had two, and I just took one of them, turned it sideways, and sanded down the end of it there to where, you know, both ends were the same. Ends there, and used them. And the traction bars was a little long, so I just cut them down right here in the front, made them a little more manageable. Used the quarter elliptic springs from the kit. Rear end, most of the parts from this came out of the 41 Willys, and then 33 Willys body. That motor is awesome, man. I'm bragging on this. I did a good job on that bad boy. All them little steel lines. You notice the little nuts, little red nuts going into the thing, into the injector with those little steel wires. I'm telling you what, man, that took some time to bend all those things where they fit. Anyway, this is my cool 33 Willys. Zippy said, how about let me see that? Because I said, if you see anything you like. I don't know about the color on it, if I like it that much, but it's all right. It'd be okay. Decals are starting to get yellow. I wish they wouldn't, but they did. So they're there, and I don't know what to do with them. But it's a bad Willys, man. I just wanted to build it really, really cool. So I put everything I could into it. Now, another buddy, Franky P, requested a look-see at this feller. Oh, dune buggy. Hemi-powered dune buggy. Altered gasser. Or more just an altered, I guess. I don't know. But I don't like a regular dune buggy with the little motor hanging out the back and stuff and underpowered. So I got the front wheels sticking out. There wasn't room for them under where they go. It had been too short anyway. There's chassis, believe it or not, drive shaft. I'm on a roll with these ones. The chassis, rear end, the front end is all out of that double dragster kit. It's the Fiat parts. And let me see if I can get the hood off. The windshield comes off with the hood. sometimes, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And the motor's not detailed because you can't see down in there anyway. So why put wires on them if you can't see them? Oh, I got it back on there. But I do need to put the fuel lines on it eventually. Come back in here with these. I just like the looks of it. It's, you know, got a cool stance, man. The rake on it. Look at that thing leaning forward. I had to cut some off of the roof here at an angle so it would sit down there and chop the windshield. Huh? How about that? That's a cool dune buggy. You don't see dune buggies like that every day. Yep. And I got one more to show you. My buddy Larry Stipe, he said, show us some front engine rails. So I thought I'd do just that. This is one of my front engine rail. And it's a twin engine rail. And I used the body from, heck, what was that? It was one of those chopped tees, come two in a kit. You know, it had the chopped top. Anyway, I cut the top off and made this flat piece to go across it. I left the window open on the front. I know it's not that aerodynamic, but it looks better. And really, like I said before, I'm just trying to paint a picture of a cool car. Got the little truck bed sticking off the back, all shortened up. Two big Hemis. At the time I built it, I had no wire. Excuse me, I've been drinking root beer. I got no wire. So now my buddy Morrill sent me a ton of detail wire, enough to last half of my lifetime. I hope I live long enough to use it all. And I'm going to go back and put spark plug wires and fuel lines on this thing. I like this one. It come out really, really nice. That's front engine rail, dual front engine rail with the little T-body on the back. Mr. T-body. That seems like a cartoon or something from away. Mr. T-body and Sherman or something like that. Anyway, I digress. If I find a pair of nice scoops, I'll put them on it, but it's got injector plates that come with the Polar Lights funny cars up there, so, you know, that's cool. It can run like that. Nobody gonna pull him over or nothing. Alrighty. Well, these are the ones I wanted to show you tonight. I hope you like them. Got the little dune buggy and a twin rail, front engine rail, and a Neato 33 Willys. I put all the detail up in this thing I could, and I really worked on that one. Got the little cat on the front. All right, well, I'm at 13 minutes, so I'm probably going to run out. There ain't nothing else I could say about the Corvair, except, you know, I told you about the chassis modifications that I need to make to get it to fit. And I got to cut the front end off of it. Really, though, I'm going to jinx myself and say this is going to be an easy build. But, you know, when you say something like that, it never is. But that 57 is making a darn good donor kit. And I can't wait to see that motor sticking up in there. A lot of times, these intakes, I might take the top off of it and set it up here and shove a blower in between the top and the bottom. Make this a real tall motor with a scoop. I got to make a scoop for it or find one. I don't know if I'll do that or not. It depends on how it sits in the chassis. It don't need to stick up too high, but I would like this part to stick through the hood, and you know, and then put a scoop on it or a couple of big breathers. I don't know. Maybe those snorkel looking what do you call them? Like those big fat injector stacks, but they're just for carburetors. You know what I'm talking about, dang it. Anyway, that's the motor. And that's the Corvair. I'm going to start on it. I might show you some progress on it on the next one. These are my three guys I'm going to show you while I say thank you for watching. And give me a like and a subscribe. Gotta give me a subscribe. I'm getting up there on subscriptions. And a comment. I don't mind answering comments. just give me a comment and I will answer it. That's where the chrome is coming off. That ain't a big glue glob or nothing. All right, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching and bye.